Question number 46. A vendor purchased a mobile phone for 2,800 plus 28,000. So what is the price for which he purchased the mobile phone? Is 28,000. With the profit he obtained on that mobile, the profit obtained on that mobile phone is equal to 30% of its selling price. 30% of its selling price, you just note it down, selling price. You have to observe this. Okay, on selling price is getting 30% profit. So it means you purchase that mobile for 70% only. So then the selling price of that mobile phone is, what is the selling price he is asking? How much? See, purchased a mobile phone for how much amount? 728,000. Profit obtained is 30%. So if 70% is becoming equal to 28,000, what is a 100% value? 100 by 70. So 40,000 is the value for which purchase for that mobile is having its selling price. Okay. So it is of value 40,000. The selling price is of 40,000, but he purchased it at 28,000, 28,000 only. So because of that, he got 30% profit. That's what he's selling. On selling price, he got a profit of 30%. Okay. Next, 47th question. In a division, the divisor is 4 times the remainder and the quotient is 7 times the divisor. Some is something like division. Division principle you need to apply. So 45 is over. 46, 7 we are talking about. Okay, 47. In a division, the divisor is 4 times the remainder. So what is divisor? What is dividend? What is quotient? So this is quotient. This is remainder. This is dividend, and this is a divisor. So dividend will be divided by divisor, and for which factor it is getting divided, it is called as quotient. And whatever you get after subtracting from this divided, so that is called as remainder. So I think you should be knowing this. Next, we'll apply the conditions, what we can do now. Okay, if the remainder is 7, so remainder is given as 7, then the least number that must be added to the dividend to make it divisible by 9. Okay, 4 times the remainder. There was one more condition. The divisor is divisor is 4 times the remainder. So divisor equals to 7 into 4 again. That is 28. And the quotient is 7 times the divisor. Q equals to 7 times the divisor. Divisor is 28. We got, let it be like that on 7 into 28. Don't have to multiply everything because finally it gets cancelled, right? So there we can do. So if the remainder is 7, okay, next question is finished. Then the least number that must be added to the dividend, the least number that must be added to the dividend to make it divisible by 9. To make it divisible by 9. Okay. So what is the rule for a number to be divisible by 9? You have to add all digits. Add all digits of a number. Okay. If it is divisible by 9, then the whole number will be divisible. Whole number will be divisible by 9. So this is the condition. So now what I'll do is, but as per division principle, this D will be equal to D into Q plus R. Capital D is equal to D into Q plus R. I'll use this, and then now I'll convert what I got D as 28. So 28 into Q is what? Q is 7 into 28 plus R. R is 7. So this is equals to D. DQ plus R. So this must be divisible by 9. So 28 square, uh, 786, I guess. 28, 784. 784, 784, 784 into 7, 784 into 7, 784 into 7, how much it is? 5488 plus 7. So 5488 plus 7. So till this you don't have to add other things. Now what I'll do is I'll just add these numbers. 5 plus 4, 9. Okay, 9 plus 4, 17. 17 plus 8, 25. 25 plus 9, 32. 25, 9, 32, 32. So is 32 divisible by 9? No. What number should I add to make it divisible by 9? I should add 4. Then it will become 36. So this is becoming 5488 plus 7. So the whole number. So I don't have to add, I have to add the digits. That's it. If I add all the digits, it is becoming 32. So 32 is not divisible by 9. So if I add 4, then it will be becoming 36, and then that is divisible by 9. So to make it divisible by 9, what is the number? Least number I am adding? 4. So that is the answer. For your understanding, I have done all these things, but in exam you don't have to. You can directly write this step and solve it. You can skip many steps in this. What I am doing here is I am trying to make you understand the principles you need to use and the formula you need to use and the conditions. What is the condition? The condition is for a number to be divisible by 9, all of its digits after adding should be divisible by 9. The distance between two places A and B is 280 kilometers. Okay. Okay. The distance between two places A and B is 280 kilometers. I'll explain every question in detail to make you understand. You have to skip some steps in it while doing it in exam. A car started at 8:30 a.m. A car started at 8:30 a.m. from A towards B. Okay, at a speed of 40 kmph. 40 kmph. Another car started at 10 a.m. Another car started at 10 a.m. from B. From B, one more car started at 10 a.m. So this is 40 and this is it is at 10 a.m. What speed? 70 kmph. So the time at which both the cars meet each other, what is the distance? It is 280. There is B here, there is A here. But first car is starting at what time? 8:30. What is its speed? 40. So if the car, first car is moving with 40 kmph, in 1 hour it will move 40 kilometers and in half an hour it will move 20. So total 60 kilometers already covered. What is the remaining amount? 220 kilometers is there. So when 220 kilometers is there, first car is here, second car is here. So now they are trying to move in different directions, in opposite directions, and they will meet at some point. They will meet. Okay. To cover 220 distance, what is the relative speed? Because both are moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed will become 40 plus 70 is 110. So with 110 kilometer per hour, they are approaching towards each other. Why we have to add both the speed? Because they are coming in opposite direction. They are coming in opposite direction. Obviously, you have to. They are coming in opposite direction. You have to add them. Now, total distance is 220 by total speed is equal to time. So, distance by velocity is nothing but time. In 2 hours, they'll meet. But they're starting at 10 because we starting at 10 a.m. So obviously at 12 o'clock, 12 noon, they'll meet. The answer is 12 noon. So afternoon, because they're starting at what time? 10 a.m. So afternoon they'll meet. Afternoon at 12 o'clock they'll meet. Okay, next. Two trains of length 250 meters, 360 meters, two different lengths cross each other completely in 20 seconds while running in opposite directions. The faster train takes 60 seconds to cross the slower train when both the trains are running in the same direction. The time needed for faster train. Okay, so it's an easy question. How you can say it is an easy question? Because there are two trains. So this is 360 and this is 240. They are moving in opposite direction. Once they are moving in opposite direction, and the other time they're moving in the same direction. See, when not completely in 20 seconds while riding, when they are in opposite direction, they'll take 20 seconds. When they are moving in the same direction, they'll take 60 seconds. Faster train obviously cross the slower train. So whether it is a bigger one or smaller one, he did not mention anything. But it's not required also, because all what we need to do is uh, the faster train to cover a distance of 1008 kilometers. What is the time taken? We need to find. Okay, so that I'll find. For that, if we need, because the distance is known, we know the speed, then we can find the time. So we all we have to do is we need to know the speeds. So when they are moving in the opposite direction, what is the speed? S1 plus S2, relative speed, or else V1 plus V2 you can take. So when they are moving in the opposite direction, it is no same direction, it is relative speed, that is V1 minus V2. So V1 obviously take it as faster train. We don't know which is faster train, whether the train which is having higher length or lower length. Don't know. We don't have to know also. So now V1 plus V2, okay, velocity into time. Time is 20 is equals to distance. So distance, when one train is crossing the train means, see, when this train is at this point, what is the length it has to cover? From here to here it has to cover. That is 360 meters. But when this train comes to this point, its length is not being crossed. So again, its length has to be crossed. So that is again 240. So it means that when one train is crossing other train, it is crossing both its lengths. 360 plus 1 240. So it is nothing but 600 meters it is traveling. So when one train is passing the other train means it has to travel its length. Okay, that is 600 meters. L1 plus L2. So this is length given in meters and seconds. So whatever the speed we are getting, it will be meters per second by 20. So it is 30 meters per second. Okay. The same way, V1 minus V2 is equals to, again, the distance will be same because they have to cross, but the only difference is they are moving in the same direction. So V1 minus V2 is equals to, how much time they are taking? 60, 10. So V1 plus V2 is becoming 30. V1 minus V2 is becoming 10. So it means what? V1 is equals to 20, V2 is equals to 10. So we got the train which is moving faster. We don't have to know whether it is smaller train or bigger train. Now what he is asking, the time needed for the faster train to cover a distance of 1008. But in kilometers he is asking. And answer is in hours. I can tell you. In hours he is asking. So you have to convert this into meters per second into kilometer per hour. How we can convert? By multiplying with 5 by 18. Okay, meters per second can be converted into kilometers per hour. Or else if you don't know how to multiply, so you can just convert here also. Okay, you multiply with 5 by 18, then also you will get. So the time is equals to velocity, speed, speed into time equals to distance. So distance by speed. 2008 kilometers by velocity is, sorry, 20 meters per second. Or else you can convert this into kilometers into meters, multiply with 1000 more. Okay, gradually gets cancelled. No, distance equals to velocity into distance by velocity 20 meters per second. Meters per second. So I'll do it here. Right. kilometers by 20. Here it is becoming meters per second. So meters per second can be converted into kilometer per hour by multiplying with 5 by 80. Or else we'll do one thing. Just convert kilometers into meters. So here meters and here meters per second. So meters gets cancelled. You will get the answer in seconds. So no problem. You can convert them into hours later. So it is 504 hundreds. But seconds can be converted into hours by dividing with 36. Plus 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So 9 fours are and 5s are 45. 9 6 4 1 14. 14 is the answer. Or else you could convert it into what is the rule? 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. Kilometer per hour. In terms of kilometer per hour, can you say 1 meter will be converted into kilometer by dividing with 1000. So now it is becoming kilometer. Divided by 1 second will be divided into 3600. It will become hours. So 1 meter per second equals to how many kilometer per hour? If we solve this, we'll get 36 by kilometer. Or else 2 5s are 18. So 18 by 5 kilometer per 1 meter per second is equal to 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Or else 1 kilometer per hour is equals to, I'll move this to this side, 5 by 18 meter per second. You can directly use it. So wherever 1 kilometer per hour is there, multiply with 5 by 18 meter per second. It will be converted to meters. Wherever meter per second is there, multiply with 18 by 5 will become 5 by, kilometer per hour. So that's what. Okay. Just now you had na 1008 kilometer by what 20 meter per second. Just 1 meter per second I'll convert it into 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. So if I multiply with 18 by 5, it will be converted to kilometer per hour. So kilometer gets cancelled, hour will go upside. So then that is the answer. Now, so I'll just cancel it 20 times. 20 times means put point here. So for 50.4, 50.4, and next 50.4, 5 by 18. Or else you just keep 0 here and not 4 only. Now 5 ones are 5 3s are 15. It's 36 and it is become 40. Now also you will get answer as put directly. See, in any way you can do, but these things, this one and this one you should remember. So that will make your calculations easier. If you don't remember, also you can do it. There is no problem. What is the next question? 50. I see not finally reached the 50. So in a 1500 meters running race, the ratio of speeds of two runners aged B is 2 is to 3. A is to B, 2 is to 3. Okay. If A is ahead of B with the start of 300 meters, A has already crossed. A is here, but B is here. What is the total distance they'll have to cover? Then the winning person, okay, if A is ahead of B, start 300 meters in the race, then the winning person in the race and the difference in the distance by which it's okay. The total distance is 1500. The speeds ratio are 2 is to 3, right? So 2 is to how much they have to cover? 1500. So I'll take B. B has to cover 1500. When B will be covering 1500, I multiply this with 500, is becoming 1500. Okay. As I'm multiplying with 500, I should multiply this also 500. It is becoming 1000. So when B reaches 1500, 2 reaches only 1000. But he has already covered 300 meters in the beginning. So I'll have to add. So the 1300 A covered total. B covered 1500. So B is at 1500 already. So he has won the game. And A is 1300 only. What is the difference? 200 meters far away from him. So that means 200 meters here and here. Who is the winner? B is the winner. Next question. The ratio of times taken by three cars. Ratio of the times taken by three cars A, B, and C to cover the same distance is same. D same. Time is given as 3 is to 4 is 1. It is time T1, T2, T3. D is same. And if the speed of car A is 28 km ph, 28 more than that of B, more than that of B means B 28 plus B is A. And the time needed by the car C to cover a distance of 1860 kilometers. Car C. Okay. So he's saying D is same, right? What is the formula for distance, time, and velocity? Distance is equal to velocity into time. Times are different. This D is same. Then V equals to D by T. So V1 is to V2 is or it's some technical problem. Okay. V1 is to V2 is to V3 will be becoming equals to D by T1 east, D by T2 east, D by T3. D is same, D gets cancelled. 1 by T1 is 1 by T. 1 by 3 is 1 by 4 is 1 by 7. How you can do? So you don't have to write all these steps. You can directly write this, and when you are calculating for 3, you just multiply these two. So it will become 28. So when you are doing it for just you multiply these two. So 21. When you are doing for this, multiply these two, 12. So 28 is 21 is 12. This is what? This is V1 is V2 is V. You got the speeds ratio. So once you get the speeds ratios, we have something that is A speed is how many kilometers? 28 kilometers more than that of B. So here 7 is the difference. This 7 will become equal to 28 parts. But we need C speed because he is asking for C to cover 816 kilometers. C speed is 12 parts. So if 7 parts is 28, what is 12 parts? 12 by 7 into 28. 48 is a kmph. So for 48, with 48 kmph, he has to cover 816 kilometers. 816 by 48. Uh, we'll go with 12. We'll go. So 12 fours are 72. 68. 4. 4 1 are 4. 17. 17 is the answer. Okay. The second question. A and B together. One is finished. So A and B together can do a piece of work in 120 days. B and C together can do it in 160 days. A plus B 120. B plus C 160. LCM of this is 2 is 480. 4 is 3. Okay. So A and B and C. A started the work alone, worked for 50 days. A worked for 50. B continued the work alone for 70 days and then he left it. The remaining work was finished by C alone in 130 days, but the remaining work remaining. So then the ratio between the number of days needed by A, B, C, the ratio between the number of days needed by A, B, C. I'm repeating, A and B together work for 120 days, can do a work and finish them in 120 days, and B and C can finish the same work in 160 days. And these are the two things. And A worked for 50 days and left. B worked for 70 days after A and then left. C worked the remaining work and finished the work. This is the problem given. So the ratio between the number of days needed by ABC respectively is asking finish the work independently. Is asking independently. So in the first case, it is given for A plus B, and the second case B plus C. So A plus B's capacity is 4, B plus C's capacity is 3. We don't know their individual capacities. How can we calculate? So A plus B's capacity is known, that is 4. See, A, however, worked for 50. B, however, worked for 70. In 70, 50 is there, right? Apart from 50, there is 20 extra. So I'll add this 50 and this 50. So A and B, and I'll treat it as A and B worked together. So when A and B work together, their capacity is 4. When both A and B are working together, capacity is 4. So then 4 into, how many days they work? 3 days. Okay. Next, B and C, how many days they worked? So once 50 goes here, there is only 20. Okay, and that 20 days, and C worked for 130. In this 130, I'll take 20. So this 20 days, B and C worked together. So B and C's capacity, I know that is 3. So this many works are completed by A and B and C together when they are with one another. So 110 works remaining out of 130. That is completed by only C alone. Okay. So now what I'll do, out of 480, this 200 plus 60 is completed. So 4 out of 480, I'll remove 260. So when I remove 260, 220 is remaining. So 220 work should be completed by C alone in 110 days. So 220 works in 110 days means two times. So two works per day. In a day, C completes two works. So it means C's capacity is two. C's capacity is two. From this, I'll take I'll substitute two, but B plus C is three. So when B plus three will become three, when B is one, then B is equal to one. The same way, I'll put B value one here, then A plus B is four, so from that A will become three. So A is to B is to three. Efficiencies ratios I got. Okay. What is the time ratio? The reciprocal. So 1 by 3 is to 1 by 1 is to 1 by. So for this, these two. 2 is for this 3 and 2, 6 is, and for this 3 into 1. 2 is to 6 is to 3 are the time ratios. When efficiency ratios are known, their reciprocals will become time ratio. So 2 is to 6 is to 3, first option. 55 question. Question number 55. 53 question number. Sorry. No, no, no. 52, question number 52. Next question number 53. So question number 53, what is it about? Now once I finish this essay math paper, I will start explaining all the aptitude topics one by one. So starting with percentages. And my explanation and my teachings will be in advanced standard. You can clear even GATE, GMAT, CAT, all type of competitive exams because I have cleared all of them already. So in the same standard, I will teach you from starting with percentages. So those who want to follow my channel can. So I'll cover all the topics, aptitude, reasoning one by one. I'll start with the aptitude first. So the first topic is percentages. I'll start with percentages. And if you can watch my percentages classes, so you don't have to refer any book or any other class. So I'll cover all the possible models, all the standards. Okay, remember this. So 53, R and K independently can finish a piece of work in 8 hours and 12 hours respectively. R and K can finish a piece of work in 8 hours and 12 hours. So what is the LCM? 24. So 3 is 2. So time and work shortcuts these are. Okay. So R capacity is 3, K's capacity is 2. Efficiency. Okay. The total works are 24 works. They agree to work for it in stretches of 1 hour alternately. For 1 hour, R works, then K works for 1 hour, then R works for 1 hour. Like that, they will share their work. So, and they are starting with R begins the work at 9 a.m. R is beginning the work, means three works he will do in an hour. Then K comes, then R comes, then K comes. So, every hour, 3 to 3 to like that, so they'll finish 3 to 3 to. But total works are to be completed as 24. So each combination is becoming 5. So how many combinations we need? So 5 combinations. In 5 combinations, 20 works are finished. And in the sixth, in 4 combination, 20 works are in the fifth combination, 3 finishes and 3 works. So 23 is finished. So after this 23, you have to be careful. So to finish this 23, how many hours? 2 hours here, 2, 2, 2. So already 8 hours are over. When they're starting at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. They're starting at 9 a.m. So you add 8 to 9 a.m. How much? 17. 17 means 12 plus 5. So till 5, they have finished 20 works. And this is till 6, they have finished 23 works. Who is finishing 23rd work? R is finishing. And K comes, finishes the remaining one work, 24th work. But K's capacity is 2. In a day, he can finish 2 works. So to finish one work, he needs only half days. No, in an hour, he finish 2 works. So in half an hour, 30 minutes, he finish one work. So it means that by 6:30 evening, he will finish the work. So I'm telling you, once I'll finish 100 questions from this assignments exam, I'll start with percentages, and the standard will be up to cat. So what if you can watch my classes, you can clear any of the exams. I mean aptitude for any of the exams I'm being. Then later I'll start with the reasoning. Aptitude and reasoning I'll cover. So once these two are finished, then I'll go for English and the remaining subjects as well. So for finishing aptitude itself takes so much time. I'll start with percentages. A and B together can complete a piece of work in 36 days. B and C can finish 45 days.